In this universe, Tony Stark didn't win, Thanos won, and Thanos snapped half of our housing inventory right out of existence. Fortunately though, he left everyone here and they're all looking for a house.
Hey, I'm Tony D'Angelo.
My name's George Kindler, and we're two millennials that are going to keep you in the loop with the real estate market. Is 2022 the year to buy a house? We're going to go through a few things that our millennial buyers are struggling with, and then also give you a few tips to help make the process a little bit easier and stress-free. The first issue that we're seeing is competition. Who really wants to play a healthy game of who's going to pay more for that 1970s kitchen and those hardwood floors that were covered up? Nor do you want to really waive that inspection on a 15-year-old roof. And trust me, I get it. I would be my own worst client in this market. Every tour that I've gone to has turned into an open house. So competition is really the biggest issue we're seeing for buyers right now. The second biggest issue is inventory. Millennials, they want two things: avocado toast and homes. While the older generations were getting good laughs at us, living in their basements and eating avocado toast, I bet they're not laughing now that they have multiple offers on their homes. Not only are people staying in their houses longer, but over the last 2 years, per year, millennials have represented 51% of mortgage applications. Now, it's challenging just to find a house that you like, that you would move into, that doesn't need a ton of work, but then you have to go and compete with all of these buyers. Now, demand, competition, they're really unlikely to change for the next 2 to 3 years because new construction is really having a hard time catching up. The last issue that we're seeing is that once you get through the competition and the demand, 20% of millennials found that home ownership was actually too expensive for them. That's because in multiple offer situations, in order to be a competitive buyer, they've had to remove a lot of those contingencies, such as your inspection and your financing. If you don't get an inspection, some of the common issues that you're going to run into of home ownership are your roof, your HVAC, and your sewer lateral system. Those can run you from anywhere $10,000 to $20,000. So that's why it's important to have an inspection done, even if it's for informational purposes only. Those are the common problems right now in the real estate market. So if you're gonna buy a house, you have to do it for the right reasons. You plan to stay there for 5, 10, or maybe even 15 years. I know that the clients that I work with, this is going to be a 15 or 20-year home. That's why you're seeing a lot of multiple offers, because millennials are skipping that first-time house that's $75,000, 2 beds, 1 bath, doesn't really need any work, all the way to their final house that's a 3-bed, 2-bedroom house. If you're in the market, we're gonna give you some tips that will make this process a little bit easier and give you insight on some of the homes that maybe you're passing up. If you see a house that's overpriced, now most buyers won't even walk into that house. Here's why you probably should go walk into that house. Because 1, you're gonna have the leverage. 2, you'll probably be able to get your inspections, and you may even be able to get your closing costs. The next thing to consider is that some of these homes are strategically priced, meaning that they're priced well below where they should actually sell. Now, many homes that I walk into, I've already ran the comps for them, and I know that they're $30,000 to $40,000 underpriced. Believe it or not, even in a strong seller's market, sellers are pricing their houses below market to remove a lot of those contingencies that protect the buyer, but also remove the risk for the seller that they're going to go back on the market, or they're not going to net as much at closing. Now, the last thing that you should consider is actually waiting, and not waiting for years, but waiting for different points in the season. Typically in St. Louis, we see more inventory in the summer and less buyers in the summer. They've all gone on vacation, or the leases that they were trying to get out of, they weren't able to because they couldn't secure a house. So if you actually wait until the summer instead of taking a vacation, you'll be able to put yourself in a better position and have more protections when you're buying the house. If you're buying a house right now in St. Louis, I hope these tips were informative and helpful, and hopefully it takes some stress off of your plate while you're searching for your house. If you found this video helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, or even share it with a friend that might be in the market.